Some people call him a whiny brat, others see a sensitive hero. Today, we're going to get into one of the most famous rebels in all of literature, Holden Caulfield from J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. I mean, right from the get-go, Salinger throws this at us. It's Holden's voice, and he's already questioning everything. And this one line, it pretty much sets the stage for the entire book. It's his search for something, anything, that feels real in a world that he's convinced is just built on lies. So who is this voice questioning everything? Let's get to know the man himself, Holden Caulfield. So, we catch up with Holden at this really crucial point in his life. He's not just some student getting out for Christmas break. He's just been kicked out of yet another fancy prep school. He's basically standing on the edge of, well, even he doesn't know what comes next. And that not knowing, that's what drives the whole story. Yeah, and getting the boot from Pensy? This is not a new thing for him. Not at all. This is school number 4 that's kicked him out. I mean, come on. It's a pretty clear pattern, right? This isn't just about him breaking a few rules. It's about him just not being able to fit into any system. Okay, so if you really want to get inside Holden's head, you absolutely have to understand his favorite word, his go-to insult, phony. And look, it's so much more than a word. It's his final verdict on people. A phony is anyone who's fake, a hypocrite, anyone who just goes along with the crowd. And when he looks at the world through that lens, man, almost everyone he meets is a total phony. So instead of heading home and, facing the music with his parents, Holden decides to do something else. He just escapes, heads to New York City for a couple of days. But this isn't just a trip. It's way more than that. It's this deep and honestly pretty painful journey into his own head. And that weekend in the city, wow, it just turns into this complete downward spiral. You see him try over and over again to connect with people in lonely hotel bars on this just disastrous date, but every time it just makes him feel even more alone. The only, and I mean only, exception is his little sister Phoebe. She's really the one person who seems to actually see him. All right, so what about that title, right? The Catcher in the Rye? Where does that even come from? Well, it's not really about the plot. It's about what's really hurting Holden and what he wants more than anything. And right at the heart of all his pain is his younger brother, Ali. Ali died of leukemia, and for Holden, he was everything good and pure in the world. So when he died, it didn't just break Holden's heart. It made him totally obsessed with protecting other kids from the world's ugliness. Which brings us to probably the most famous passage in the entire book. He's telling his sister about this thing he wants to be, and he's actually getting a line from a Robert Burns poem wrong, but his mistake? Oh, it tells you everything you need to know. He pictures all these kids playing in a big field of rye right next to a crazy cliff. And this is it. This is his dream job. He doesn't want to be a lawyer or some big shot businessman. No way. He wants to be a protector. His whole life's ambition is to stand at the edge of that cliff and catch kids before they fall into the messy, painful, phony adult worlds that he feels like he's already gone through. So yeah, this whole mission to protect innocence, that's what fuels his personal war on everything and everyone he thinks is phony. You can really break down his worldview into this super simple black and white chart. On one side, you have everything he rejects: conformity, hypocrisy, all those complicated adult rules and lies. And on the other side, everything he treasures: authenticity, innocence, real connections. The kind of thing he really only has with his sister, Phoebe. And trust me, he sees this phoniness everywhere. It's the headmaster who's all friendly with the rich parents but not the others. It's his old classmates bragging about who they know. It's actors just soaking up applause. Even just people saying, "Glad to have met you," when they don't mean it at all. Now, these might seem like small things, right? But to Holden, they're like cracks in the very foundation of reality. So after this whole downward spiral, Holden pretty much hits rock bottom. But then something happens. A really surprising moment of peace. He ends up taking Phoebe to the park, and she wants to ride the carousel. So she's going around, and then the sky just opens up. It starts pouring rain. All the other parents are running for cover, but Holden, he just stands there, getting absolutely soaked. And right there, in that moment, watching her, something changes in him. He's watching her reach for that little gold ring on the carousel, a bit of a risk, and it hits him. He finally gets it. He can't be her catcher in the rye. He can't protect her from everything.
He has to let her take chances, even if she might fall. And for the first time in the whole book, he feels genuinely happy, not because he's protecting innocence, but just watching it happen. It's a huge breakthrough.
And all of this leaves us with the big question, the one people have been debating for, over 70 years now? Is Holden Caulfield just a whiny, privileged kid who can't deal with the real world? Or is he something else? Is he a really sensitive, wounded idealist, a kind of tragic hero who's only rebelling because he loves the idea of an honest world so much? Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what every single reader has to decide for themselves.